Wanna be a little snoofus, look at my gigantic ears. I'll kill you all with a gun, look at me today. It's time for a snoot. Snoofs begin right now in this arcade,
Moment, Terriermon.
turning into mobile weapons platforms. As everything that looks faintly like a rabbit should, to be honest. Maybe not rabbits themselves, but just a thing that looks like a rabbit, since rabbits already exist, should also, for the sake of originality, double up as a weapon of war.
Rumble.
And if you can't do that, really, what was the point? What the... Well, you really just fucked me into a spin cycle tonight, and I don't like it. Get in the ocean. Oh, God! So yes, it's yet more snoofs to observe. It's, turn into a metal wolf, I'm so shocked. Oh, I can as well. Not a metal wolf, obviously, it's the mobile weapons platform discussion that we had earlier. The worth of rabbits is in this moment. Oh god. The naturalized form... Okay, I can pet a small dog. Oh ho! I can fling wolves, if I want. And I can explode. Ow! Knocking me in the air. No! Haha. Oh, I didn't actually pick up the fire. That explains it. Off I go! Into the sea! Come and join me for little swims. I'm unconscious now on the roof.
Whoa, you're not very good, huh?
Sproing look! Very hot.
Ready? Rumble.
So yes, this is what this video looks like if this is your favourite snoofus. Is that's sort of how I've settled on doing this now, is like I'm not doing parts per se. Like I'm thinking it's more of like, if this one's your favourite, then look at this. Is how I'm figuring it'll work, obviously. There's no way of enforcing that. There's something quite blunt about the way that all played out. The missiles are not hugely useful, which is sort of surprising to have to say. They just sort of float off. Which is not... I don't feel like that's when a missile is at its best, is when it just sort of fucks off somewhere else. Destroy everything. That's just sort of an area of effect. Whoa! You nearly went away. But you didn't quite, and thus I'm stuck in this predicament. Off I go. Into the ocean again, nothing can stop me. There's a chocolate bar! Let me have a chocky. I want a chocolate.
Henry, we did it!
I flopped. I flopped near the defeated snoot of my adversary in the Arctic, where you'll all be destroyed. Where's me? It's me, everyone. I'm that in real life. Funny kitten.
Ready? Rumble.
Gatomon looks exceptionally snoofy, and then the absence of any mouth is just a big snoof. I've lost my pride, and all of the resources that I was allocated as a result of having pride, I get. They reward specific sins in the budgeting department. That's their motto, sort of. Budget for your sins. And if you can't, and here's the thing, most people don't, and so I think that's like a money-saving thing. Is like they're just hoping nobody really questions it, so that they don't have to basically just explain that, like, they can get away with, you know, spending less this way. Well, I'll never see those missiles again. Go! Stop all your nonsense. Be unconscious. Ow! Don't snoof me! Don't snoof me as an attack. Snoof me as a way of life! Well, that doesn't seem right. Bunny. It's my permanent defeat move. No one shall see your ears ever again.
You're not very good, huh?
Such is your punishment. Shoot you! Wee! Oh. You may have jumped, but this time I will as well. And now I'm as high up as you are. So who's the real fuck lightning, huh? Keep it oh!
Terriermon, Digimon.
Yes. While I'm in the air, even the king will look for some penicillin. Doesn't need it, he just has a feeling he needs to find it. It's inexplicable. The inexplicable need for... Oh, God. Don't be a cat fighting me, alright? One or the other, come on. You can't have your cake and eat it. Whoosh.
Battlemon, what? Digivolve!
Digivolution.
Time for me to turn into a dragon. Or something. I don't know what the fuck I am, but it's pink, and it's pointed directly at you. Fear the rock. Whenever I try to explode, you always ruin it for 7 years. And I think that's a long time to ruin it for, to be honest. Just seems spiteful.
I won!
Squamph! What we've got now is a squamphy opponent. He'll go to war with you. Silk thread. We love him.
Ready?
We love a fun worm. And if we didn't, we should be arrested for it. Criminal worm dislike is the one thing we can't forgive. There are probably other things I can't forgive, to be honest. I don't want to go making such sweeping statements. I've schnoofed into the sky, and now, well,
Digivolution.
maybe you still have reason to fear an insect. Not today. Not today, I won't be afraid of a large bug that you are. Because I have something you don't. Ow! Chocky, but... Oh, well, now you've got a chocolate bar that I don't. Moon! I love the moon. It's up there in the sky every day. Well, every night. Sometimes during the day. Depends on the time of year. Oh, God! Ah! Wiggly squiggle arms. If you're gonna be a robot and you don't opt for the wiggly squiggle arms, it's like... I'd feel like it was a wasted opportunity if I didn't get squiggly limbs. Your limbs can't squiggle that way when you're not a robot. You'd never have gotten the opportunity.
Digivolution.
You gotta take these good things when life gives them to you, otherwise you're gonna be a robot that isn't all that remarkable. And that's worse than being a gold-plated envelope.
Digivolution.
Which is just not very practical at all. Like, the metal makes it completely inflexible, you can't open it, or if you plated it while it was open, you can't close it anymore.
You win.
Why did you plate an envelope in gold, you fucking tit? It's the last time I let Midas into the post office. God fucking damn it. This again. I know there's one other at least. Why are you giving me the funny gem machine all the time? Oh. Bob Bandersnatch. Yeah, you know the one. He's here now in this room. Don't look.
Rumble.
Don't look for him. You're not ready for what you're gonna see. You're not ready for the revelation. I want this that's behind you that isn't moving and is an easy target, and you didn't go for it. You lack conviction. You lack conviction, and your ears are smaller than mine. That is why I am the cute mascot one now. They just get progressively bigger ears. I don't think that's true in real life, but I can't... Was there one in the second series that had bigger ears than you? No, Patamon was in the second series. So there was a period of ear stagnation. Who had big ears in the government?
Ready. Rumble.
Who put big ears in the government? He's a fictional elf, I think. Does anyone remember Noddy? Help me out here. You know, make way for Noddy. Noddy, he's in his fucking car. That one. There was an elf called Big Ears, or was he a gnome? He dressed like a gnome. Someone fucking help me out. Throw me a fucking bone over here. I'm trying to figure out where the elves went. What happened to the elves that I used to know about as a... and are they gnomes in reality? Is there a... What's the distinction in... You went away. You went away, which is a fair reaction. I'm here trying to figure out how a gnome is different, if at all. Get in the trash right now, you absolute clown. Normally I don't mind a clown, but in your case you're not giving me information about the children's TV show Noddy from a long time ago. I assume it's old. Did they remake it at all? Is there a Noddy remake? Have they redone Noddy? Recently, I mean. I know there's been at least one. There was a fucking Clockwork Mouse, was there not? I loved that little fucker. He was an absolute prick as far as I remember. But he was also a Clockwork Mouse. But I don't, at this time, still know if Big Ears was an elf or a gnome. And I don't know if it mattered. I don't know if... I can't tell you. I don't have all the answers specifically about Big Ears. Oh no, plummeting to the green world. I put off my plummet into the abyss for as long as I possibly could. But in the end, you do have to just plummet. It's not something you can avoid doing. You didn't have to hit me with 17 diamonds. Alright. Unnecessary. Rude, frankly. Rude of you to do. I don't care that you... Apparently I care slightly. Nope, don't have any spheres. What if you blow up? Fuck away. Tornado stalemate's often broken. Go now, leave forever. This will be your grave. Another fox crushed in the gears of industry. You are a snonkus in the sky. I will eliminate you. Ow. Little prod. The prods of war are hard to ignore. Yeah, that's fair. That was, in fact, the correct way to have dealt with that. Patience is a... Oh, go down the floor. Never breathe again.
Digi.
I don't care if you hop. You're on my world now. I'm gonna have you think in green colours. You're doing all sorts of acrobatics right now that really are unbecoming of a dinosaur. Stop it. Fuck away into the clouds, Cloud City. Wow, Bespin!
Digivolution.
I warned them about Bespin. I said, Bespin, you're going too far this time and you've turned into a big warrior. That was abrupt for you to have done. You didn't even want to take advantage of the magic powers that you now had to do a funny tornado. You could have... So, like, that strikes me as rather easy to avoid. The missile barrage that I have access to. Ow! I wasn't fully aware you'd hit me. Oh-ho! Well, now I bet you wish that a gum wrapper could save your life. You're checking your pockets for anything that might help. Oh, but you secretly know it won't. You've already realised it's too late. The sun has set. And so has the pudding! You shouldn't have made the pudding if you didn't want to perish. Don't want to be hit by lightning out of a cube. Yes, be less than something. I made a point of thinking to myself, right, I'm going to check the instruction booklet to see what these do. Again, you're doing odd fireballs. You're just like, I want to do my big move, and I'm fine being a dinosaur the rest of the while. You must fight me if you have no choice. You will lose otherwise. Aha! You fell. You fell into the sphere of destruction that I left behind for you, knowing that gravity was inevitable. Boing, 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 boing. Come now to the grand market of Aphrodite. We've got loads of bargains on, I guess, love. It's sort of difficult to... She could be selling anything else, to be honest. Like, there's no reason for that to only be one facet to, like, of all things, a god. That's very... Like, you've reduced the complexity of the human worm to stop the brain from rotting away, even when wet. You need to stop. You need to be stopped with missiles! Well, you're finally starting to understand. You have other attacks that don't explode immediately. Fuck that cloud in particular. Me when I'm Sephiroth. Go. Don't be real anymore. I'm snooting into your snoot. The snoof will be... Oh no, you've got kneecaps now instead. This cannot stand. Be gone away. Have you considered standing where the missiles are? I just think it would make it easier for you to perish.
I did it!
Wiggly wiggly. A robotic snoof is now in session. Beware everyone. The absolute Lord of Snonk is here today with his... Again, he's got Patamon's ears.
Ready?
They're like, put them on the Snonkus now. People will realise it's time for Snonk. It's prime Snonk hours if you can create Patamon on a dinosaur. Even now, we're awake. You're very good at avoiding everything that I want to do at you.
Digivolution.
Which is a shame. This episode seems to be going quicker than... I mean, certainly Patamon, not that that says much. That was an ordeal! I've burned to death! In the pits of Hades. I want to play Hades, but it doesn't seem to be on PS4, which is really the only place I... Like, that's all I've got, really. So, like... that's that for me. It's a shame. But there you are. Not everyone
My win.
You
is real,
win. Ready? Rumble.
and I can personally attest to that.
Digimon, warp, evolve.
Digivolution.
Alright, you... And have one of those. Now you were ready for that. Ah, God! You did a big laser beam. Touche. Oh! Well, like they say in the trench,
Terriermon, evolve.
that was very fucking painful what you did to me. And I'd like you to not do it again in future. Well, the game wasn't quite sure where you existed in that... I couldn't avoid you in time, it was too late. The world was full of too many serpents. When the number of snakes gets too high, you can't do anything about most problems. That's why we have snake stoppers
Digivolution.
that stop snakes. We pay them specifically. It's a whole skill set. They make snakes not real anymore. They have all sorts of tools they use to do this. I'm not legally allowed to talk about any of them. This is under the trade secrets. But it's really quite technical, very impressive. And if they hadn't made me sign that NDA before I left, then sort of regret signing it, to be honest. It seems kind of like they just sort of...
Lose.
There's really not anything stopping people from getting rid of their own snakes. Except just this arbitrary gatekeeping, and I may get in trouble just for saying that much. It's a racket, the snake vanishing industry.
Digivolution.
And I'm not proud of the time I spent within it, to be honest. This whole bit's done a 180. We're both confused with a circle now. Which is just the perfect metaphor for how this ended up. It's just there's... Ah! Well, you didn't have to bounce me. Well, I mean, I guess you kind of did. Don't... You did. I went. You put me in the bloody magma. I think that was mean. Ow! My everything. That's me you just pierced a large hole into. See, that move, just like, the initial hits knock you out of the blast radius, and it just feels kind of less effective than, I think, really any other move. Any other big special move that I've used thus far, I will destroy you. Nevertheless, because it's my duty as a fun little rabbit who's gonna flop you with ears. Get defeated and never again stop in my little shack that I put there for a barn owl to enjoy. Alright, and you're not one. so I'll fucking burn your skin off. If that's what it takes. I'm not above arson.
Ready, rumble.
Time to face death in the Matrix tonight. We all have to eventually. I only hope that being a rabbit is enough. Oh yeah, the block button exists again. I keep forgetting. I'm not a very blocksman. Is the problem? You could like try and stop one of them, mate. I mean, I won't complain. Because it'd be nice if editing one of these couldn't be a fucking whole evening in and of itself. Die. Die right now. Die in the box. I've got a little crate specifically for you to die inside. Alright. Schrodinger's fuck. That's what I've got for you. Look what I can do for you. Get in the go spin away. Be decimated by the power of Christ. Ow! I've got good ranged thwack is the problem now. Haha! A rabbit is too powerful for this particular gentleman. My god, the secret rabbit of all time is really coming into his own right now.
Ready, rumble.
Yeah, so the music definitely does cut out in the second round. This is the first one I've recorded, I think, since I was watching back the footage to edit. So yeah, that's a thing that happens, and I have faint memories of that having happened when I played it as a kid. I don't know how to fix it. I could edit the background fight music in post, which honestly I'm really tempted to, but at the same time I just don't know that it's worth the effort. Particularly because I'm now hanging a lampshade over the fact that the background music is absent. This whole bit would have to be cut, not that we'd lose much of consequence. But also, I just think it's kind of funny that the music stops playing. So, I want to be honest about what the game is.
Terriermon Digivolve!
So
Digivolution.
even if it is weirdly deflating to happen, I think being a tornado's bad for you. Well, if you want to live with whatever consequences that's brought upon you, then
Lose.
that's your fucking loss, mate.
Ready, rumble.
Don't come crying to me.
Terriermon Digivolve!
Digivolution.
Now is the time to become a rocket-fueled idiot. What really is the breathing volume of destiny? If you breathe this loudly, you will find your fate. But we don't have an exact number. So, those of us wandering this earth with no sense of purpose don't know how loudly we have to breathe. And we're all quietly aware that the possibly supernatural killer with a hatchet who's wandering the halls may find us if we breathe too loudly. So, we really, if we're gonna take that risk, we want to make sure it actually works, you know? Nobody wants to be killed with a hatchet before finding out their life's purpose. And that's the first lesson I learned
You win.
in citizenship class. Yeah. So there you have it. I think we've all learned something important, so do your civic duty and find out... What was I talking about? Sorry. Well, I think we've all learned an important lesson today, and it's that the rabbit is pretty good at fighting. Like, really. That's a good performance. It's not as good as the worm version that we didn't see, evidently, but if you have to fight a series of monsters capable of instantaneous evolution culminating in a battle with the Grim Reaper, it could go worse than a rabbit/mobile weapons platform. So let that be a lesson to you. Drink your milk, and I'll see you next time? If you're lactose intolerant, you don't have to drink the milk. Alright. I won't even force you to, find a substitute. Because to be honest, I don't know why I instructed you to drink milk at all. Which you'd think would be the first thing I'd want to nail down. I'm sorry, I'll do better in future. I need to do some soul searching for my milk orders. I'll be back once I've figured it out. Goodbye. Why am I